Canva is amazing. However, it can turn into a hot mess fast. You start creating slides, anchor charts, newsletters, and suddenly your projects page looks like a junk drawer. Today, I'm going to show you how to clean it up and keep organized with folders, subfolders, and naming conventions. If you set up your folders from the beginning, your life is going to be much easier. But if your screen is already cluttered, don't worry. I'll show you cleanup strategies too. Think of this as building your own teacher filing cabinet inside Canva. So here is the folder blueprint that I like to use. After trying different ways to set things up, I found this structure works the best for me. You'll notice that I start each folder with the numbers 01, 02, 03. So Canva sets up folders alphabetically, which can get messy if you're relying on titles alone. By numbering them, I'm locking in their importance. For me, the content areas are the most important, so I've got them 01, 02, 03, and 04. That way, anytime that I alphabetize or I click to organize the folders, it's always going to come up in that order. After that, I have my morning meeting folder, parent communications, and the admin folder is kind of where I store additional files that don't really fit into any of the other folders. And then finally, a shared grade team folder. No matter what, when I alphabetize this, they're always going to appear in this order since I've numbered them 0, 1, 0, 2, and so on. Now, personally for me, for math, reading, and social studies, I find it easiest to organize those by unit. So inside the math folder, you'll see 01, so U01s, which is unit 1, unit 2, and so on and so on. And again, I have it 01, so it stays in that order when I alphabetize it. And the same goes for my reading and for my social studies. Now, it's a little different for writing because I base my writing lessons on the content areas themselves. And so I have one for the writing community, the writing process, persuasive writing, personal narrative, opinion, and poetry. These are the contents that I teach throughout the year. So when I create a Canva project, if it's for the writing process, I'm going to stick it into the writing process. So when I plan out the unit for writing process, all of my files are in that folder. So let's see what that looks like in Canva. You go into projects, and here you'll see all folders, designs, and images. Click on folders and you'll see where all your folders are. I like to view them in a list format, but if you want to see them in icons, just click this button with the 4 squares and you can see them as a grid. I'm going to go back to the list. And if I click on the math folder, you'll see all the different unit folders in there. So in my math folder, I have through unit 14. So let's say I wanted to add another folder for unit 15. I'll come over here and click this button, add new. And it'll pop up folder, design, files. I'll just click this folder button and we're going to name it U15 and hit continue. Right now, it'll see it put it right here. Now I see that I didn't name it exactly the same as the other, so I need to come in here and rename it. Unit 15. Now if I go back into here, it's going to populate it right there at the top. Now if I want to put it back in order, I just click this name button. It's in reverse order, but if I click it again, now it'll put it at the bottom in 1 through 15 order. So let's go back into projects and you'll see again all the folders I've got. I've got math, reading, writing, social studies, morning meetings, parent communication, home admin, and all the folders that I originally said that I had. So personally for me, for my content areas, I find it easiest to organize by units. I like to plan out an entire unit at a time. So having unit 1, unit 2, and unit 3, and so on, it keeps everything together. So when I'm ready to start planning, I don't have to dig. I just open the folder and everything that I've created is right there. Anchor charts, newsletters, slides, whatever it is, you name it. So that's the system that I use, but maybe you prefer to organize by topics instead of units. Some teachers like to keep all their fractions resources in one folder or all their nonfiction reading work together, regardless of when they teach it. If that works better for you, then build it that way. The point is to find a system that matches your planning style. Folders only work if your file names make sense. No more untitled design 47. Here's the formula that I like to use. First, I start with the subject, whether it's math or reading. Then, unit or topic. So if it's going into the unit 3 folder, I type in U03. So next is the title, whether it's fractions, whether it's an opinion writing, that goes there. Next would be what type of asset it is. Is it a poster? Is it a slide, a newsletter, whatever it may be. And then finally, the version that I'm working on. If you teach more than one grade, you might want to begin with a grade level like G4 or G5 or whatever grades you're teaching. Now, why is this so important? Because Canva's search tool relies on names. If you keep your naming consistent, it's a lot easier for you to find things by searching fractions or opinion rubric. It also makes collaboration easier. If you're sharing with teammates, they don't have to guess what the file is. The title tells them exactly what's inside, and the version numbers keep you from overwriting your best work. Now, the teamwork piece. In 08 Shared Grade Team, I recommend 3 subfolders. First, templates. This is where your polished, ready-to-use designs are kept. Next folder is collaborations. This is where your finished group work files are. Next is in progress. These are the drafts that are not quite ready and you're still working on them. And don't forget to set folder permissions. You can set it for can edit for true collaboration, or just view if you want your teammates to just view the files that are in there. And pro tip, never edit the master template directly. Always make a copy. That's going to make everybody's life so much happier. And don't forget the Teacher Life folder. This is the homeroom admin folder. This is where I keep student labels, name tags, beginning of the year forms, schedules, seating charts, classroom displays like anchor charts, bulletin boards, and posters. It's basically the catch-all for everything you need to run your classroom smoothly that doesn't fit into any of the content folders. For me, the unit system is the best way to stay organized, but maybe you prefer the topics. The key is picking one system and sticking with it. Pair it with consistent naming conventions and shared team folders, and Canva becomes a tool that saves you time instead of wasting it. And now I'd love to hear from you. How do you organize your Canva projects? Drop your method in the comments. There might be something you're using that makes more sense and is even easier, and I'd love to learn from each other. And if this video helped, hit like, subscribe, and share it with your grade team so everyone can stay organized. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.